Dental Peeps! First of all, I want to thank you so much for clicking onto this video. So this is going to be my first video that I'm going to upload here for Dental Ops Pro, and I'm super excited to start this first series of introducing everybody into Dentrix Ascend. So this is going to be my first video, so it's going to be a small intro as I get used to editing my videos and answering any questions that anybody may have in regards to using the software. Once again, thank you so much for clicking and enjoy the video. Now, one of the advantages for Dentrix Ascend is the fact that it is completely web-based, meaning you can log in using any device that has internet connection. So here on my laptop, I'm going to type in live 3. Now, Dentrix Ascend will let you know which live your office is going to be on. It'll quickly take you to the login page. So you're going to put your organization name, or you can put your customer ID here. Username. So each one of your employees is going to have their own login. And that's going to be important because once something happens and you want to look back to see who had actually done the function or the feature or the instance, then once you do the audit, you'll be able to see which username actually had done it. So it's important for each employee to have their own login. So once I type in my password, as you can see, I saved my password on my device. And for the reason that I just explained, I don't recommend this because then anybody can just use your username, do whatever act that they want to do using your username. And when your practice manager or the owner of the practice actually goes back and does the audit, they're going to see it's going to be your login that had actually done that function. So I do not recommend you saving your password onto your device unless, of course, it's secure. So I'm going to push login. Now, the first page that we're going to launch onto is going to be the overview page. So here you're going to see at the top, it's unattached procedures. So procedures that have not yet been attached to claims. Unsent claims, pretty self-explanatory. Claims that have not yet been sent to the insurance. Unresolved claims. Now, as somebody that did the follow-ups for her practice, this is the number that I concentrated the most on, that I'm most familiar with, and that I most appreciated. Now, that's because with each one of your, not only couriers, but with each plan, you're going to be able to list how much time you want to pass before they go into the bucket of unresolved claims. So for instance, if you know Aetna pays you within 4 weeks, you could put 5 weeks, or if you know MetLife pays you in 2 weeks, you could put 3 weeks, and so on and so forth. So that's something I really enjoyed because it's not only from different couriers, but different plans you can set that time frame for. And of course, rejected claims are also listed on here. So rejected claim as per the clearinghouse, so claims that were not accepted at the time of sending. And of course, the unpaid amount. Now, I know this seems a little bit large, but this is the billed amount and not the amount expected from the insurance. There is a difference, and those who have been in the business a while know what I'm talking about. Also on the launch page, you're going to see unconfirmed appointments via the days. And once you hover over, it'll give you the number. Unscheduled recare. So this is going to be very useful if you ever want to fill your schedule. Insurance A&R and problematic payers. Missed appointments, outstanding lab cases, and unprocessed recurring payments. So this is going to be your first launch-in page. Now, as front desk, we're going to spend the most time here under scheduling. As you can see for this office, they actually colorize their appointments via provider, so that can be very useful. If it's not always the case that the provider is going to work under that operatory. So all because Diana is on the first one doesn't mean that Pink is always going to be there. It could be another hygienist using that operatory. So that's the advantage of that. You can also colorize your appointments via procedures that are going to be done on that appointment. So let's go and familiarize ourselves with each appointment. Now, on the top, you would normally see the patient's name along with their age. I had that removed due to HIPAA reasons. Also, for the appointments, you're going to see procedures that are attached to that appointment. So what we're expecting to do for the patient. Here, this is going to be a line that we can type in. And in this office, we actually use that to enter the patient's copay and any important information that we would need to know once the patient arrives. You could see here it says scan ID, update medical history. And this is important to leave on the schedule just because everybody views the schedule from doctors to providers to front desk staff. If it says INS and we're expecting the insurance to cover the visit, then they can not have the patient wait at the front desk at all, because normally it is in the operatory that we set up the next appointment. So that's always a great advantage. Now, once you click into the appointment, you're going to see patient's name, date of birth on the top here, the description, any notes in regards to the appointment that we want everybody to bear in mind. This R right here is going to be the additional provider. So even though this patient is going to see yellow provider for the appointment, green is going to be their primary provider or secondary appointment provider. So they're seeing yellow hygienist. However, for the exam, they're going to see green doctor. Please let me know if I need to clarify anything in the comments below. Also here, you're going to see forms, and in red is the number of forms that they actually need to fill out. So in this case, this patient needs to fill out 7 forms. If there's anything that you want me to further through, then just let me know and I'll be more than happy to do so. I think that's, as far as scheduling, that's what I would like to overview right now. Now let's go into patient management. So once you actually click on the patient's name, it's going to take you to the patient overview right here. You're going to see their next scheduled appointment. And you can click into any one of these boxes and you can see everything in more detail. For example, if you click into appointments, you're going to see future, past, missed. And that's a great way to judge if a patient's actually going to show, especially if they didn't confirm their appointments. Insurance information is going to be listed right here, and it'll give you all details such as payer ID, dependents, coverage start and end dates. Once you click into medical alerts, it'll show you a list of all their alerts. Patient ledger is just the same. And to create a patient is also very simple. You can either do it here from the bar, so you can click here, start typing, and then create new patient or create a new household. And you can also do that on the schedule. So once you click here, the same thing. You can start typing patient's name and then create new patient appointment. Now, my opinion for Ascend, this is going to hold true for any transition from one dental software to another. There is going to be some growing pains involved. This comes from providers, front desk staff. The patients are going to have to be a little patient when it comes to this, but staff is going to have to get used to and transition to adapting into the new features of the new dental software. And I'll say each time it took my staff about 3 months in order to fully get used to and work well with the new software. So I just want you to be a little patient and don't quickly blame the software and quickly jump out. I know we were very eager to do so, but it's going to take some getting used to. I don't care if you're going from Open Dental to Ascend or from Dentrix to Eaglesoft. Like, there's going to be some growing pains when it comes to this. But believe me, after 3 months, everybody's going to get used to it. It's going to be very familiar to everybody, and you're going to get used to the advantages of the new software. So everything has gotten out of the way, and you'll probably forget how to use that old software. But something that I've noticed myself working with all of these different ones is the fact that they all pretty much do the same thing in similar fashions. So for as long as you know the schedule is pretty much going to look the same, it's all a matter of like where the buttons are going to be and then how quickly you can get used to and acclimate to the new software. But each time it was a pleasant surprise, the ease that you can start using the new software. But for Ascend, I love the fact that we can log in at any point using any device, even though with the mobile login, so such as your phone and some smaller tablets, it's not really that user friendly. It's hard to navigate the schedule particularly. So I am hoping that they'll upgrade and maybe get an app so that way we can log in and it'll be easier to use the software in there. But for the most part, it's very up to date once it comes with how it looks and the ease of use. And something that we can all get used to is you can, once you're logged into one, you can use another tab and you can be in another screen using your same login. So you could be editing a patient's insurance under one tab and then still be able to view the schedule using a quick click of the other. And then if, oh, you want to do something else, you can just open another tab. Like the amount of tabs that you can open is limitless, but it will slow down how quickly you're going to be able to update in the software. So just bear that in mind. But honestly, I haven't had a problem until once I go over 3. Once you hit the 4 tab mark, it's gonna be a little iffy. But thank you so much for watching my video. Comment below, let me know what you want to do, what you want to see from me. My next video, I'm gonna do the overview and show exactly what it's like to do patient management with Ascend. So if you have any other suggestions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye. Hello everybody, and Editing Jenny here. So in my excitement of starting the community for Dental Ops Pro, a place where all dental office managers can trade tricks and tips and where I can share my knowledge. So in my excitement of actually starting this community, I have created a dental software comparison packet. So in this packet, you'll find the pros and cons for each software. I picked the 4 popular software, of course, including Dentrix Ascend, which was featured in this video. As well as Dentrix, Eaglesoft, and Open Dental. So you will find that in the link below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.